Hi everybody, how are you all? I'm really very happy to connect with you all in this manner. I'm making this video for the sake and for the benefit of the students, my students. Okay, so take some time, go through this video and learn something. Today our topic is functions. That is fourth unit. Our subject name is programming for problem solving. In this programming for problem solving, fourth unit includes three important subtopics. First one is functions, second one is recursion, third one is dynamic memory relocation functions. For timing, in this video, I am going to cover functions topic. So in these functions, we'll discuss what is function, that is definition, and we'll discuss what is the purpose of the functions, what are the different types of functions, what are the three important steps to use functions, what is the syntax of those three steps, an example of those three steps, types of arguments, types of written statements we are going to see. The first one, definition part. What is meant by function? Before discussing about functions, let me define two important terms. That is, what is a program? What is meant by complete program? Program is set of instructions and complete program is set of functions. Both are used to solve the given problem. Program, set of instructions which is used to solve the problem. Complete program, set of functions that are used to solve the given problem. So function is a subprogram. This is a whole program which includes different sections. Subprogram is this part, that is called subprogram or part of the program. If it is whole program, then the subprogram is part of whole program, or it is also called as a self-contained block. Self-contained block means statements that are enclosed within pair of curly braces, open brace and closing brace. Whatever the statements included in between open brace, closing brace, that part is called self-contained block, which is used to perform specific task. Finally, that function may or may not return a value. Let us consider this is a subprogram section which includes different functions. Each and every function will perform specific task. Finally, that will return value or control. That's why it is called may or may not return a value. If I want to execute a particular program, first compiler will request operating system, then immediate operating system grants the permission, then program will be executed from main function. That main function includes different instructions and different function call statements. Whenever a function call performed or whenever a function invoked, a jump occurred from this place to this place, and with the help of this function I can perform specific task, then control will be returned back and another instruction will be executed, then next one another function call, another function will be invoked and the same second function will be performed specific task, and finally it returns so and so value, and finally return means closing brace. This control will be returned back to operating system. After completion of the program, control will be returned back to operating system. This is about a function. Then what is the main purpose of the function? Let us consider a particular program which includes 1000 lines. In that particular 1000 lines program, if I want to perform addition of two numbers more than once, for example 5 number of times I want to perform addition of two numbers, different numbers, but I need to write the same addition. For example, addition program contains 5 number of lines. Same 5 number of lines, same piece of code, I need to rewrite again and again at different places. So that is the main drawback. Because of that particular drawback, what happens? Number of lines of the program or size of the program will be increased. So my intention is to reduce that particular size or length of the program. So that is possible with the help of the functions. That is the main purpose. First purpose is to reduce size or length of the program. Then second one, instead of rewriting again and again the same piece of code within the main, if I define that code outside of the main, whenever wherever required I can call and I can reuse. I can call and I can reuse n number of times. In that particular case, Size will not be increased, length will not be increased, but reusability of that particular code will be increased. That's the main purpose. First one is size or length need to be reduced, and reusability need to be increased. So reusability of the code, that's the second purpose. Then we can define that particular function either before main or after main. So once you define that particular function, define any function outside of the main n number of times, we can reuse that particular defined function whenever, wherever required to perform specific task. Then what are the different types of functions? Functions are of two types: predefined function, also called as user defined function. This predefined function is also called as a library function, also called as a built-in function. Then what are the differences between predefined as well as user defined functions? Predefined function is also called as library function, also called as a built-in function. A user defined function is also called as a function body. A function body is after main function, whatever the function defined, it's also called as a function body. It is simply user defined function. And second point is part of the header files. These predefined functions resides at one place. That place is called library. It is also called as system library. It is also called as C library. All predefined functions resides at one place. That place is called library. Those functions stored in a particular place, that place is called header files. All these header files are part of the library. But all user defined functions are part of the program. And then third point, for predefined functions, there is no self-contained block, that is open brace, closing brace, set of statements. That is not there in the case of predefined functions in our program. But in the case of user-defined function, self-contained block will be there. That self-contained block contains some statements. All those statements will be written by user only. That's why it is called user-defined function. And in the case of predefined function, before using any predefined function in my program to perform so and so task or to solve the given problem, first what I have to do, whatever the predefined function I am going to use, the corresponding header file need to be included in my program in link section. And in the case of user-defined function, before using any user-defined function, that function need to be declared. Means that function need to be informed to compiler in the form of function declaration. The example for predefined functions is printf, scanf. These are predefined functions, comes under stdio.h header file. In this case, if I want to add two numbers by using add function, first this function need to be informed to compiler like this. That is return type, function name, arguments, and need to be terminated with a semicolon. And that function defined here closing brace means here. That is after this statement there is closing brace. This part is called function definition and this part is called function declaration. Like this, before using any function, like this I am supposed to inform it to compiler. Just like ordinary variables, int a and a is equal to 10. So before using that particular variable, that variable need to be informed to compiler. Like that, function also need to be declared. That is informed to compiler. Then next one is, if I want to solve any problem, I need to use three important steps. That is 3 steps to use functions. To solve any given problem by using functions, 3 important steps to be used, or 3 important steps need to be specified. Those steps are, first one is function declaration, second one is function definition, third one is function call. Just like before using any variable, what we will do? We will declare. That is called declaration part, variable declaration part. Here we call it as function declaration. So whatever the function I am going to use need to be informed to, need to be introduced to compiler. That is called inform. Then second one is function definition. Like ordinary variable is equal to 10. Similar here also, whatever the function informed to compiler, for that function body part or functionality part need to be included to the declaration part. That is called conform. That is what the function does. The actual functionality of the function, user-defined function, need to be specified in the form of function definition. Finally, after defining that particular functionality, that particular function, if I want to perform some task with the help of that defined function, I need to call that particular function. That is called function call. If I want to perform something, I need to call. So, if I want to perform, I need to conform. To conform, I need to inform. So, first inform, then conform with the definition part, then perform by calling that particular function. That is about 3 important steps. Don't forget declaration part, definition part, and call. That is function declaration, function definition, and function call. Then function declaration part. It is also called as function prototype. And if I want to declare function, I need to remember syntax part. That syntax part is return type, like integer, float, whatever it may be, function name, any valid identifier name, and within the parenthesis, this is called parenthesis, open parenthesis, closing parenthesis, in between arguments, whatever the arguments I am going to use to perform so and so task, those arguments need to be enclosed within pair of these parentheses, that is along with type, and this whole part need to be terminated with a semicolon. This is a rule, function declaration rule, don't forget. So here example is with the help of add function, I can add a and b, and after adding a and b is of integer type, final result also will be integer type. That result will be written by add function, that's why return type is int. If I want to divide x with y with the help of div function, I can divide x with y. Finally, I can obtain fractional part. That fractional part result will be written by div function, that's why return type is float. Here functions can be declared either globally. Globally means before main. Locally within the main. Either globally or locally I can declare any function, means I can inform it to compiler either globally or locally. Both are valid. And next one is function definition part. Definition is nothing but a functionality. This function definition is also called as function body part. Here, if I want to define a function to perform something, I need to remember syntax, that is function body. Function definition rule is like this. Return type, actually here R is capital, but while writing we are supposed to write all lowercase type of data types only. So return type, function name, arguments, then open brace, closing brace. Here local arguments, also called as local variables, and executable part, actual logic of the program or function or problem will be included in this particular part. Finally, in this executable part, result will be obtained. That result can be written by using a return statement. Simply this rule, this syntax contains a return type, function name, arguments, and open brace, closing brace, in between local variables, executable part, then return statement. This whole syntax part is used to perform something. If you want to perform a particular task, you need to define a function. If you want to define any function, you need to use this particular syntax. This return type must be matched with the declaration part return type. This function name must be matched with the previous declaration part function name. These arguments, number of arguments and type of arguments must be matched with the declaration part type of arguments, number of arguments. So functions can be defined either globally or locally. That is, a function can be defined before main, or function can be defined after main, no problem. So if it is defined globally, means before main, no need of declaration part, no need to inform it to compiler through declaration. Why? Because we already informed to compiler about that particular function by defining that particular function before main. So if you want to define any function before main, don't use declaration part. If you want to define that particular function after main, then use declaration part. Please keep this particular point in your mind. We will discuss the same point with the help of example, don't worry. Then coming to function declaration and function definition and function call, these three steps we will discuss with the help of simple example program. Right? You are able to see this particular program. In this program, how many colors are there? We will see. First one is violet color and maroon color, black color text, green color statements, and blue color statements. Once again, violet color statements, and these are comment lines in maroon color, and black color text are statements, green color statements, and blue color statements. Now with the help of these statements with the different colors, we will try to understand clearly this particular program. The main purpose of this particular program is to add two numbers. I am trying to add two numbers with the help of the function. You see, first one is main function, closed here, started here, closed here, and addition function defined, started here, closed here, and display function defined last. Okay, so here one printf statement missed over here. Okay, that I will show in the next program. So before using these functions, what I am doing, we discussed three important steps: declaration part, definition part, function call. So before using these functions, I am supposed to inform it to compiler before main. So I can so this display function inform to compiler before main, and addition function inform to compiler within the main. This is global function declaration or prototype. This is local function declaration or prototype. So if any function informed to compiler within the main is called a local function declaration or prototype. If any function informed to compiler before main is called a global function declaration, also called as global function prototype. So these two functions inform to compiler, one is globally, another one is locally. Okay, no problem. Then in the main function, two variables along with result x, y result variables, three important variables is of integer type declared. Now read x and y values through keyboard, enter x comma y, and with the help of scanf function. So percentile d for two integer values, format specifier, and whatever the value you are going to provide through keyboard need to be transferred to address of x and address of y. Assume that address of x, address of y, that is in the address of x, in the address of y, 10 and 20 values stored, for example. Now what I am doing, I am calling display function. So display function displayed defined over here in this printf statement missed. So in this printf statement, what will I do? Sum of two numbers message will be displayed. After displaying that one, control will be returned back to this place. Then next I am calling add function. So during function call add, this is called function call. We discussed the three important steps. First one is declaration, definition, and call. Call for what? To perform something. Now I want to perform addition of two numbers. For that purpose, I need to call this particular function. I am calling within the main this add function. While calling this add function, what I am doing? I am passing x and y values. Already x, y values provided through keyboard. So assume that 10 and 20. So during this function call, x and y will be assigned to a and b. X and y assigned to a and b. X value 10 assigned to a, y value 20 assigned to b. Now in the add function body part self-contained block, what I am doing? Adding a and b and returning the same value. So for example, a is 10, b is 20, 10 plus 20, 30 will be returned by this return statement to this place. So this whole function call value is 30 assigned to result. What I am doing with the help of printf statement, that result 30 I am displaying. So percentile d, that is 30 value, is of integer type, that's why percentile d specified. So result holds value, whatever the value stored in result will be displayed. With the help of printf statement, we will get output 30. Then closing this, end of the program. So this program simply illustrates function declaration, violet color line statements, function definitions, blue color functions, function call, green color, and remaining main function statements. This is about function declaration, function definition, function call. Without functions, is it possible to solve this particular problem, that is addition of two numbers? Yes, we can simply declare these variables, ignore these statements directly, c is equal to a plus b, display that particular c value. But in this case, you cannot experience the power of functions, but in the case of large programs like 1000 lines, 2000 lines of number of lines program, in that particular case, if you want to add two numbers again and again, more number of times, then in that particular case, these piece of code need to be included in the program again and again. We need to rewrite again and again. So that is a drawback. That drawback need to be eliminated. So that's why define once after main, use n number of times by calling that particular function with its name. That is about declaration, definition, and call. Then coming to same program, so same colors, maroon color, blue color, black color, and green color. This whole program statements highlighted with different colors. Let me see. Let me explain what is the purpose of these statements highlighted with different colors. You see here double slash. That is this statement ignored. Here also double slash. Statement ignored. Why this statement ignored? Because the previous while discussing declaration part, definition part, and function call, I mentioned one statement That is, what is the statement? I can define functions before main or after main also. If I define functions before main, no need of these declaration part. So this declaration part ignored because these two functions defined before main, that's why declaration part ignored. I hope these two statements why ignored clear to you all. So that's why global declaration, global function declaration or prototype not necessary. Local function declaration, prototype not necessary. Why? Because its definition part, add function as well as display functions defined before main, that's why declaration part not necessary. Then, so that is about function definitions, and within the main function, same concept, x, y, result, x and y values provided through keyboard, and what I am doing, I am calling display function. A jump occurred from here to here. In this display function, addition of two numbers message will be displayed. Then closing brace means control will be transferred back to this place. The next one is add function called. So this add function, during that process, x value assigned to A, y value assigned to B. So assume that x value is 10, y value is 20. So x is 10 assigned to A, y is 20 assigned to B. So here A and B added, and the same result will be written by return statement to this place. So that will be assigned to result, so that that result will be displayed with the help of the printf statement. That is about this program, which illustrates the usage of declaration, definition, and function call. Here in this program, function declaration ignored because definition part before main specified. So these functions defined before main, that's why ignored. So declaration parts ignored, that one highlighted with maroon color, and function definitions with blue color, and main function with black color, and function calls with green color statements. The next one, types of arguments. Simply a variable or different variables, a value or different values enclosed within pair of function parenthesis, that is function parenthesis. This is called function parenthesis. Variables or values that are enclosed within function parenthesis are called arguments or parameters. Arguments are also called as parameters. Either it may be argument or parameter, both are same, but those are simply variables only. Variables are called arguments, but when we have to call variable, when we have to call arguments, variables enclosed within parenthesis, then those are not variables, those are special name given to those variables. Those are arguments, that is a comma b and 10 comma 20. Here 10 comma 20 arguments, a comma b also arguments. These arguments are parameters of two types. First one is actual arguments, another one is formal arguments, also called as actual parameters, formal parameters. So in the case of functions, without knowing, without having idea on actual arguments and formal arguments, it's very difficult to understand the concept. Okay, in the next slide, I will try to explain what is actual, what is formal. See, in this, the difference between actual arguments and formal arguments. In the case of actual arguments, always actual arguments are part of the calling function. In this, whatever the program discussed just now, in the previous slide, in that particular case, add function, display functions, those are function definitions. So, and main function is also highlighted with black color text. So that main function is called calling function. Whatever the function calling another function, so the calling function is here main function. That main function is also called as calling function. So whatever the values, whatever the variables or whatever the arguments I am going to pass from main to add, those arguments are called actual arguments. That's why always actual arguments are part of the calling function, that is main function. Always formal arguments are part of the called function, that is called function other than main. So in the previous example, main, add and display. So add and display are user defined functions, and main is also user defined function, but called function is add as well as display function. But in this program, sum is a called function and main is calling function. During function call, arguments will be passed to called functions. That is, from main function, called function is sum. So these values will be passed to this particular function. So that is main to sum. In this case, formal arguments will be initialized implicitly through actual arguments. That is, whatever the values 30 and 40 are A and B passed from main to sum. This A and B assigned to X and Y. Implicitly X is equal to A, Y is equal to B. That's the meaning. So it may be variable or constant. During this particular function call, actual arguments may be variables or constants. You can pass constants or you can pass variables also. In this case, it must be a variable. Formal arguments or formal parameters must and should be variables. You are not supposed to use constants. These are X and Y are formal arguments. In this example, int sum, int comma int function declaration, and two variables declared and the values also given. A is 2, B is 3. Sum is 30 comma 40. So 30 is assigned to X, 40 is assigned to Y. Why? Because I am calling sum function. That sum function defined over here. This is called function. This is calling function. So sum 30 and 40. So 30 assigned to X, 40 assigned to Y. So here X is equal to A, Y is equal to B. Implicitly X and Y will be initialized like this. And X and Y are formal parameters. And sum is equal to percentile D X plus Y. And X and Y values added and displayed with the help of printf statement. Then whenever closing brace encounters, control will return back to this particular place. Then next statement, what I am doing, instead of specifying constants, I am passing arguments A and B. So A is assigned to X, B is assigned to Y. Then here A, B and 30, 40 are actual arguments, are also called actual parameters, because those arguments, those values passed from main, that is passed from calling. So passed from calling are actual, and X and Y are formal parameters. These are receiving values from calling. So that's why it is called function. Whatever the parameters specified in the called function are called formal parameters. I hope the difference between actual and formal clear to you all. Then coming to types of written statements. What are the different written statements? What is the main purpose of written statements? Written statements are used to return values or results from called function to calling function. What is the job of the called function? Generally, called function will perform some task, that will perform specific task, that will perform so and so task. After completion of the task, result will be obtained. Whatever the result obtained, that result need to be returned to calling function. So to return result or just control from call to calling, written statements will be used. These are of two types. One is written without value and written with value. Written without value means I will not return anything, just I will return control. To return control from call to calling, simply use written statement or simply use closing brace. Generally, we will use written statement. Closing brace is also indirectly written statement, which is to return control from called function to calling function. And written with value, these are of different types. I can return values in the form of variable, in the form of constant, in the form of expression, in the form of function. So variable, example is written A. A means whatever the value stored in that A will be returned to calling function. Written constant means written 5 or 10, 20, any value, any floating point value, integer value, character value also can be returned. Those are called integer constants, floating point constants, character constants. Values also can be specified. That is about written constant. Written expression, any expression. I am not trying to return A into B plus C expression literally. Just I will evaluate, means this expression will be evaluated. For example, A value 2, B value 3, C value 4 for example. 2 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. The 10 will be returned from called function to calling function, but not expression. So expression will not be returned. After evaluation of that expression, the final result will be returned by this written statement. And last but not least, function, that is written function, in this case fact of 5. So this fact function defined somewhere else. I am passing this 5 argument to that function, fact function, and that function will use that 5 and that will calculate a factorial of 5. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is 5 4s are 20, 20 into 3, 60, 60 into 2, that is 120. That 120 will be returned by that function to this place, and this written statement will return that 120 to calling function. That is about written statements. That is the purpose of written statements. These are of two types: without value, with value. If I want to return without value, simply use these two, or simply use this one. If I want to return something, you can use any one of these. So that is based on context. You can use any one of these statements. Then this simple example illustrates how arguments passed and how values written from called function to calling function. Before that, let me discuss about this particular function definition. Here int is data type. Get area of square. I want to find area of square. So function name is get area of square, and within the parenthesis, side is an argument is of integer type. Side is an argument is of integer type. And here open brace and this is closing brace. Int area is local variable. Area is equal side into side is executable part. Return area is return statement. So here int is return type and area of square is function name and the side is argument. It is a function parameter, formal parameter. Int area is local variable declaration and this is a statement that is called executable part statement. And finally, by using this side, I can calculate area of the square. After getting result, the result can be returned by using return statement. So this is called called function. So in the calling function, if I call this particular function, this will perform so and so task and that result will be returned from this called function to calling function. Now you see this function, in these two functions are there, main function and add numbers function. I want to add two numbers, that is I am calling this particular function from main. Meanwhile, I am passing n1 and n2. n1 and n2 are actual arguments because these are passing from main. So calling function parameters are actual arguments and the called function parameters a and b are formal arguments, also called as formal parameters. n1 assigned to a, n2 assigned to b, and I am calling here these two variables can be added and can be stored in result. That result will be returned back to this place and that result will be assigned to sum and that sum can be displayed over here. This is about return statement. This program, simple example, illustrates the usage of return statements. Not only return statements, illustrates what are the actual arguments and what are the formal arguments and its purpose, the usage of actual as well as formal parameters or arguments. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you all.